Hey guys, so for today's video I'm going to be doing the hashtag goodmooddecks, and this tag was created by The Waves of Your Soul, so I will be linking her video in the description below if you haven't already checked it out and wish to do so. So basically what this tag is sharing the decks that you have, whether it be tarot, oracle, affirmation, whatever it may be, sharing the decks that put you in a good mood or make you feel happy or joyful in whatever type of way when you are using those decks. So since we're doing a tag on good moods, I thought I would lay out some of my favorite crystals that I have because they too help to lift my spirits a little bit and help put me in a good mood along with the decks that I am about to show you. So the first three that I'm going to be showing you, I chose these ones for very similar reasons, and then there's a couple more after that that I'm going to be showing you as well. So I'm going to be starting with the Secret Garden, Enchanting Messages from Quiet Spaces. So I really enjoy this deck, and it's funny because I feel like when I first started my journey, I wasn't a huge fan of decks that were sort of fantasy themed. I guess I enjoyed more of the realistic type of decks, but I feel as I continue on my journey, I have found a new appreciation for fantasy type of decks that sort of pull me out of reality for a little while, and I feel like that is what the Secret Garden deck does, and that brings me a great sense of joy and happiness when I'm using these cards. So the imagery is very soft, it's very calming, and yeah, so it brings me a sense of happiness along with other things. When I'm using these cards, it really makes me feel like I'm not in reality, you know, when I'm using them. It kind of takes me away a little bit, and I really love that about them. Next up we have the Everyday Witch Tarot. So I chose this one for pretty much the same reason as the Secret Garden. It brings me that sense of adventure, fun, and yeah, just makes me feel very joyful when I am using this deck. I love the colors. The colors make me happy. Yeah, I really appreciate the decks that make me feel like I am, I don't know, like reading a book, like the same sort of feeling that you get when you're reading a book, like you're escaping reality for a little while and you're going into this whole other world. That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling recently when I use different decks, and that is the reason why I chose these ones. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Again, this is another adventure feel type of deck. I love the colors that are used, the images. See, it makes me feel like I'm going away. I'm going on an adventure. I'm, you know, traveling the world. So yeah, this brings me a lot of happiness as well. If I'm in sort of like a funk or not a really good mood, I know I can always rely on this deck to help pull me out of that funk, at least for a little while. Next, we have the When My Soul Whispered Oracle deck. So this one's a bit different from the other three that I just shared. This one doesn't really give me that sense of adventure or anything, but it really makes me happy and puts me in a good mood. The imagery is just so soft. I love the watercolors. I really enjoy watercolor in general. So yeah, within this deck, it makes me really happy. And it makes me calm as well. And it's just, if you know me, you know I like simple imagery and very soft colors as well. So if a deck has that, it will most likely bring me some sense of joy and happiness. So yeah, this little cutie of a deck is another one that I can always rely on to boost my mood. And the last deck that I chose is the Less Anxiety Affirmation cards. So this one for me it's a lot of fun. The colors and like just the designs of each of the cards, I love that they're all different. And not just the messages, like it's not just because I can connect very well and relate with the messages. Just to sit here with these cards always makes me happy. I always look forward to pulling them out and seeing what they have for me today, or even when I use these cards over on my Instagram. They make me happy. I feel like it is mainly the artwork for each of the cards, because it's different. There's always something new to look forward to along with the message that it has to offer. So yeah, I love this one as well. These cards always put me in a good mood when I use them. So yeah, those are my decks for the Good Mood Decks tag. I wanted to try and pick a few, not just because I can relate to the messages or, you know, base it off of that, but simply just decks that, for whatever the reason may be, when I'm sitting here and I'm using them, they just bring me a sense of joy and happiness and peace. And yeah, those were the ones that came to mind. So thank you to the Waves of Your Soul for creating this very fun tag. It was a pleasure to do. And thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one.